think we may have some visitors.
Sure.
Do we have a meeting with you at 2? Oh, right. Oh, come in. You want to take
Thank
one of
you.
these? What are you building?
We're not just yet. We're trying to get some.
Yeah, but what are you building
Well,
in the future?
yeah, we've got just a fairly detached like
Where?
South London way.
Have you found a plot? This tool gives you free access for the next coming 30 days, and it does what it says on the tin. All you have to do is just scan, go to the website and enjoy it later on in the evening.
Yeah.
It gives you a full report, beautiful visualizations. It's called 6 clicks. If you want to explore finding a plot,
What is that?
you just go in, put your details in,
Yeah.
and then you answer 6 questions, and then it takes you on a journey to select that plot. It gives you a myriad of plots, and then it gives you 5 which you can choose from, and then you choose it, and then it takes you on through to assessment, which is the planning risks. I don't know if you know anything about planning. And then it gives you visualizations because it asks you already what would you like to have. So you need to give it a bit. And then it gives you beautiful visualizations, internal, external. It also generates floor plans for you. And it gives you a cost indication, a breakdown of everything. And then it gives you local contractors, access to local contractors, local project managers.
So is this what you guys do?
This is a subset of this. Yeah. This is helping people like you who wanting to build their dream home and gives them access to land, because the number one barrier to self-build is finding that plot of land.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So this is to push our clients to come and work quicker with us. We've generated this.
You built this yourself?
Yes, this is our tool.
So
This is fresh off the oven. It's not even 2 days old.
Because I've not heard of anything.
It's brand new. I'm launching this tomorrow on stage at 12. Thank you.
Good luck.
So yes, 6 clicks. We just introduced 6 clicks, didn't we? So 6 clicks is the first AI tool that is dedicated for self-builders. It solves a problem. In the UK, there's 65 million citizens. 5 million only express interest in self-build. Well, 5 million is a lot, but only 40,000 end up registering on the self-build register. And out of those 40,000, only 12,000 actually embark on a self-build project, which is almost 0.24% of those who express interest. According to the National Self-Custom Build Association, the number one barrier to entry is finding land. Finding a plot of land that is suitable for me as a self-builder. Or you. We all want to build our dream homes, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you want to build your dream home?
Well,
So the number one barrier to entry is actually finding that plot of land. And the second barrier is planning risk assessment for that plot of land. And that's what 6 clicks is coming to solve. So the problem is finding land, number one. Number two, assessing that plot of land from a planning risk perspective. And so 6 clicks is a solution to that problem. How is it a solution to that problem? Well, it gives access to those self-builders to have access to a pool of available plots real time, and it gives them access to that. And so once they've selected, for example, that plot of land, it'll give them information about it, whether it has planning permission, whether it doesn't, whether it's in a conservation area, whether it's in a green belt, brownfield, and all those constraints, area of outstanding beauty, area of special character. So it gives them all this information just instantly, and then that's part of assessment of the assessment. So number one, finding the land. Number two, assessing that risk assessment of plot of land. So usually, traditionally, you go to an architect or a planning consultant You say, I want to have a self-build, I'm looking for a plot of land, and I would like to explore my options. And so you end up pinging, that, or providing that professional with potentially maybe 20 plots of land, which would you like? And you are competing with other self-builders who are looking at the same plot of land. So this one gives you a quicker access to assessment instead of waiting, I don't know how long, for that assessment to come to you, maybe 3 days, maybe a week, and then paying them a retainer, for example, I don't know how much, £5,000 for them to assess 20 plots. This one makes it quickly for you. You don't have to wait 1 week or 2 weeks. It gives it to you instantly with a click of a button. So that's why 6 clicks, meaning 6 questions. At the 7th click, your self-build world is created. And then from there on, it goes beyond that. It actually gives you visualizations of your dream home because you have fed it as to what I want. Let's say I'm an artist and I play the piano, and piano has to be part and parcel of my ground floor and my layout. So it will give you that. Let's say I have children and I need space that is flowing between indoors and outdoors. So it gives you that. So based on what you give it as input, it will produce those visualizations for you. You say, I want to be in Dorset and I want to have a traditional looking house with a modern interiors. It will give you that. It will produce all of that for you. So it will give you that plot of land, solve that first problem. It will assess that plot of land, solves that second barrier to entry, and it will then visualize it for you by inspiring you. So let's face it, architects takes maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks to come back to clients and visualize it after having known their problems. But now this one gives it to you instantly. So we live in a world of instant gratification. So that's coming in to solve that. The fourth issue is cost. Everybody knows how much does it cost. I mean, clients come in and say, how much does it cost for me to do this and do that? But this also gives you a holistic approach from how much the plot of land that you've selected is going to cost you, to how much the construction is going to cost you, to professional fees, to utilities connection, to construction. And so all of that is given to you instantly. And then from there on, you have the fourth dimension, which is giving you that cost. It also gives you a floor plan layout because you've fed it what you want as an AI tool that's very smart. So it gives you a floor plan layout that then has the ability for you to go into that room and then say generate another interior design layout for that room. And it goes beyond that to provide you with local services and professionals, access to professionals in that locality so that you can connect with a local contractor, with a local project manager, with a local engineer, structure engineer, civil engineer, or local mortgage broker for your self-build. Imagine how all of that can be provided to you in one report.
And in seconds.
In 60 seconds. I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? Wouldn't you want that? I would want that. So yeah, 6 clicks is basically in here to solve a problem. It makes properties and land more accessible to people, and it gives them that instant assessment to that planning risks, and it gives them a lot of imagination. It helps them really visualize that a project of theirs in a matter of seconds. Because let's face it, we don't have time to wait for 4 weeks to get that visualization from someone. We want it now. Well, we want it yesterday sometimes, don't we? So this gives it all to you. It's available for testing for the next coming 30 days. And I think anyone interested in self-build or interested in tech or interested in seeing what can AI actually provide me, right?
Exactly. It's not
in the
just
21st
for
century.
self-builders.
Yeah, so everybody. Interior design, ideas, architecture, access to service providers. I mean, did I miss anything?
I think you kind of completely explained in general, Besides that, I mean, as you said, it's not just for self-builders, because when I saw my report, I said, okay, I'm starting to think buying some land in UK,
Yeah.
and starting to build it here.
And you're an
But-
architect.
yeah, exactly. So the idea is that it generates actually. I mean, it inspiration. You sort inspirations from what you get. I
It
mean,
is.
not just visually, but also like in data, whatever it is, you start thinking, and then you start like making calculations, and then you start thinking about being concrete on all the things.
Yeah,
that,
it's not like fluffy, you know, it's like
Exactly.
nice images.
Yeah.
No, it's actually coming in to solve a problem.
Exactly.
You know, I don't have access to land. I can't find the right plot of land for me. Well, look at all these plots, because it is actually real time from every portal that exists in the market, and it gives you access to that, and it inspires you, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You know,
it does.
because you need to inspire others. I mean, we are visuals, we can imagine what it could be looking like, but for someone who is not able, doesn't have time, he just wants someone to assist him, it's ideal. I mean, this tool is ideal for someone who wants to start their dream home and doesn't know where to start, right?
Yeah, I had a couple actually. They said we don't have time to discuss.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, then this might be like a short drive. You can just in 6 clicks,
Yeah.
it starts a conversation from there, and with concrete. I mean, with realistic data, and not just something
realistic
that
data.
It might be this was much or this much, but this gives you realistic data, and
Real time.
You're like okay, it can be done or not. So like a 5-minute ride, you get some answers, like some realistic answers, and you get like a starting point, I would say.
And it actually is developing. I mean, this is the beta version, right?
Yeah.
So it's a point in time where there's a lot of room for development. I mean, now it provides this, but it will provide a lot of other features coming through. It will be able to provide a design and access statement
Really?
for a project. Yeah, it does, or it can provide potentially reports like a fire compartmentation report, right? I mean, all of these reports should be
Are we
automated.
getting out of jobs?
Well, I think it's all about optimization,
Yeah.
right? I think architects and designers need to be thinking about the higher priorities, right? Being, instead of spending hours and hours on a rendering, right? Having to try to, put the right setting and all that. No, we need to think about, what can technology and artificial intelligence do to make our profession better? Meaning, how can we push the boundaries, right? Like in the old days, we used to be called master builders, right? Like Michelangelo, or architects of the Renaissance, for example. They used to be called master builders. So master builder knew about architecture, about interior design, about surfaces, about textures, about chemistry, about engineering, structural design, and they taught philosophy, they taught metaphysical, they talked about all of that within the realm of self-build, or master builders, not self-build. So they used to be called master builders, and then throughout time, things somehow started, being segmented into specialists and specializations, and now we ended up with a point where we've lost that overarching understanding of what it means to be the master builder. A master builder is an architect and an engineer and a builder and someone who directs the foreman and the workers on site and what to do and how to do it, and what is the proportion between this and that, and like Le Corbusier used to say, architecture is an art of the centimeters. Centimeters can make a big difference in what you design, and so it ends up being a holistic approach rather than a kind of microscope approach as to this space. No, one needs to understand the holistic approach, but also honing down and zooming on a problem when there's a problem that needs to be solved through detailing, for example, which is something that you know a lot about. So being the master builder is something that we need to start thinking about and reconsidering. How can we, in the 21st century, reconsider what it means to be a master builder, what it means for AI or artificial intelligence to operate within our realm, within our practice, and how can we use all of that to our benefit? And that is the process of efficiency. Efficiency needs to drive the design process, and that's what I think. AI, 6 clicks, a lot of other tools can contribute to the discourse of architecture.
I do agree with you.